What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my first ever motovlog. I'm on a 2010 Harley Fat Bob, affectionately known as Fat Betty. I mean, everybody else has taken Blackberry for their bike, so obviously mine's got to be different. This is a late afternoon ride. Probably looking at about 5:30. I'll give you an idea in a minute. Yeah, 25 to 6. It's going into winter here in South Africa. We're up in Gauteng, which is about a mile in elevation as far as the level above sea level is. Going down our main road here. It's quite late in the afternoon, as I mentioned, so I'm not 100% sure how much of the lights and stuff you can see. I'm also not sure how well it's recording at the moment and how well the microphone is protected from wind, but it's right inside my helmet. I've got one of those helmet mounts in the front. I'll throw a picture of it into the video, show what it looks like. It straps onto the helmet, so there's nothing permanent on the helmet. And I also wear a Simpson Outlaw or Bandit, which as you may or may not know isn't exactly the quietest helmet out there, but it does go with a Harley like jam goes with peanut butter, or as the Americans call it, peanut butter and jelly. If I can get through here, I'm gonna punch it a bit. Right, I'm in front, so it's on like Donkey Kong. Let's do this shit. Alright, so if you had to go back into my older videos on YouTube, you would see that I used to have a BMW S1000RR. I had that bike for about 6 years, 5.5 years, somewhere around there. That was a beast, man. And then due to an incident last year, around about this time of the year, in fact it's actually only 10 days short of being an exact year ago, I decided that the fast bikes aren't for me anymore. So from May until August last year, I was looking around for the right bike, a trade for something that I would be happy with. And after riding a few friends' Harleys, that's what it came down to. I was looking at a naked bike as opposed to a full fairing race bike with headlights, as the S1000s are. And I decided, why not go with a cruiser, man? Now I've got a plan in the pipeline to get another naked bike, which in this case would be the thing I'm interested in is a Suzuki Bandit 1200. But the thing is, I'm looking for a very specific Suzuki 1200. I'm going to open my visor here, so it might be a bit louder. So the 1200 that I'm looking for kind of has to be a 2006, which is the crossover model, if you can call it that. That's when they went with the 2007 body, fairings, your red frame, all that, but it was still an oil-cooled motor. It wasn't the 2007's 1250 water-cooled engine. So that's what I'm actually after, is one of those. Now, don't get me wrong, the idea isn't to replace this Fat Bob, or Fat Betty as I call her. The idea is to get that Bandit as a second bike for myself and as a bit of a hooligan tool. But that's enough talk of future plans. Right now, I'm actually just heading back home. It's quite chilly outside. I know you guys across the pond, you guys talk about 40 degrees and 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's being cold. We work in Celsius over here in South Africa. so I can't really tell you what the Fahrenheit temperature is, but judging by the Celsius, it's probably around about, I'd say about 15 to 18 degrees Celsius at the moment, which isn't too cold. I've got a jacket and everything on, so I'm not feeling it quite that badly, but it's still a nice crisp late afternoon ride, which I sometimes feel is a better time of day to ride, besides the fact that people are riding up and down on the way from work, etc, etc. But then again, as you all know, the whole world is in a state because of Corona, and right now we are in the ending phases of our lockdown. We just had a speech the other night about our president, Cyril Ramaphosa. All indications showed that it was going to be changed to a level 3 lockdown, but he actually made no mention of the level, and I think most people are just acting as if it is level 3 now. I know some of you guys have heard of how draconian the laws are down here in South Africa as far as the lockdown goes. Besides the bars and clubs being closed as usual, which obviously is a given, I know that's all over. As well as that, we're also not allowed to buy cigarettes or alcohol at all. Now, I don't smoke, so the cigarettes don't bother me that much, but I will tell you what though, it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, why stop people from buying cigarettes? And I mean, yeah, it's a bad habit, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own health. Why can't you smoke and why can't you drink? So that's a big question mark from a lot of people. But at the end of the day, we don't have too much choice, because all the shops that we sell these items, they're all closed. Also, right at this moment, I'm actually supposed to have a permit on me because I'm on my bike going out for essential items, let's call it that. But who gives a shit? I mean, I'm on my bike, I got my helmet on, I'm not breathing in anybody's face, I'm not sick, I'm not coughing, so screw that shit. As far as I can, I'm going to be wringing this fucking neck. Yeah, it's quite crazy here. I just saw on a Facebook news clip earlier, Nana, that, oh yeah, I'll tell you all about that now. But I saw a news clip showing that they are busy in a nearby suburb called Benoni, which is about 25 kilometers from me. They were actually out in force today, and when I say they, I'm referring to the South African Police Services and also the SANDF, which is South African National Defence Force. They were actually out in force today in Benoni, going past houses, checking if anybody's got domestic workers on their properties, or even if they've got anybody checking out their gardens. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. I myself, I've got garden services, but they've been relegated to the lockdown themselves, and I think they're only allowed to operate under level 2 again, but I stand to be corrected, may even be level 1. I'm going up into another suburb here called Salcourt. That's about a mile away from our house, 1.6 kilometers, and just having a general ride around, having a look at what's cooking. Now, if you watch some of my videos, you would see that I often post, well, not often, but I have posted in the past. I've posted ride videos, and like I said, this is the first time I'm actually doing in the motovlog style of things. Oh yeah, looking at Debonair's Pizza there, they actually have the right, as most places have under the new regulation, that they can provide you with some form of takeaway suppers, but to delivery customers only. So you can't get it by walking into the store because the doors are closed. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this ride as far as the vlogging goes. I'll let you guys enjoy the ride home, and I'll give you an extra, let's call it an extra, the opposite of an intro. How's that? I think I'll coin that shit. I'm going to turn at the traffic light up ahead. In South Africa, we affectionately refer to them as a robot. Don't ask me why. I grew up with it as being a robot, so obviously that's what I call it. I'm turning left at the robot. After I've turned left here, I'm very close to where I live at the moment, by the way. After I turn the left here, and as you can see, essential service adult store is open. I'm going to take a right, and then I'm basically home. But I'm going to pause, and I'm going to look right at it. That store over there, that's our clubhouse. We actually do our club's meetings, etc., that type of thing there. Socials with other clubs, birthday parties for members, etc., etc. So guys, I'm probably rolling into the sunset now. So thank you for joining me on the first motovlog ever that I've done, and I hope that the footage from this would be usable. If it's not usable, you'll never see the light of this video, that light there. And if it is usable, see you on YouTube, guys. Cheers.